I got my microphone right here set up. You know what that is? It's a VX2100. A police officer tackled me in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and broke it. Like, it was in my backpack in my camera bag, and like when I woke up in the morning and like got out of my arrest bullshit in the when I looked in the bag, yeah, it was just broken.
Damn.
Yeah, bad night.
I'll say. How long ago was that?
Luckily, I have two more. What'd you say?
How long ago was that?
What was it, 2019?
Oh, not that long ago.
No, yeah, a couple years ago.
All right. So,
2019 was like a real wild year.
oh my god. I think everybody was getting geeked up to have the best 2020 ever, and then, you know, everything got
2020
crazy.
was unimaginably crazy.
Yeah. I had to put a frame up against the door because the wind is blowing my door open and shut, and I can hear it. It's like this weird little annoying bullshit.
Yeah, I know when you got like a window open and it sucks it
Yeah.
like closed all. Yeah,
And it's like hasn't been that nice out, so when it is nice, you want to enjoy it as much as you can, even if you're not riding.
yeah. My wrist has been messed up, so I haven't even gotten a chance to ride. It's like now with the nice weather, it's starting to bother me.
Yeah. So where do we start? I got a lot of questions, man. Um,
Yeah, I didn't know how to prepare, so I just figured we'll wing it. Just ask or whatever you want.
I think that's the best route because I don't know. Why not?
Yeah.
So let's start with like how old you are because I feel like you've been around for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 35 this July.
35. Okay.
I've been riding since I think I got like Christmas in 1998. I got my Mongoose Chameleon bike, and that's like when it started. And
Nice.
in '99 for the next Christmas, my aunt got me a pair of pegs that were like the thread on, knurled GT style pegs, whatever they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for some reason, like I guess like in my neighborhood, it was like if you have a bike and you're not jumping the dirt jumps, you're a poser, you know?
Right.
That was the vibe going on. So like I guess because I got a bike, I got into it, and I still question why I still do it though. That's a weird part about it is like I kept it going since I was 12 till now 35, and I really don't know why exactly.
Yeah. Are you still in the same town that you grew up in?
Yeah, I'm back here now. I from 2015 to 18, I was in San Diego.
Okay.
But before and after, I was in Union Beach.
And that's
That's 117 on the Parkway.
which is that South Jersey?
No, it's like I'm right over the water from New York City,
Okay.
but not close New York City. Like we're like 20 miles away from the water,
Hmm.
through the water.
Right.
I don't know if you know where Sandy Hook is. That's kind of close. Not
So,
the one, not the school shooting, but like the place in New Jersey called Sandy Hook.
right. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it.
um, yeah, but I'm more like the New York influenced part of New Jersey than the Philadelphia influenced part.
Right. Right. Yeah. Jersey is kind of like that. It's like it's such a mix of all these other states around it. It's crazy.
It is. It's you can drive like north to south through the whole state in probably like 2.5 hours, and you could see the change from like New York Giants fans and Mets fans, and then you get the Phillies and Eagles fans and stuff. It stops like Route 195 kind of breaks it up, like the Jackson, New Jersey area where Scotty Kramer lives.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting down there. It's like
Um,
almost going to another country.
what made you go to San Diego?
I was dating a girl, and um, years before 2000, up to 2015, I was like using a lot of drugs, drinking a lot, and it was kind of my escape because her family moved there first, and she was living with me in my parents' house. She's like, "Well, what do you want to do?" Because like my family, said they'd help me if I go out there. So she invited me. I went, and we lasted 3 years. It was a good relationship in the beginning, and then it just got shitty, and Uh, yeah, I moved back in 2018, like I said, and I'm glad I did. I think it was like an extended vacation going out there and experiencing, you know, a solid 3 years in a city like that.
Yeah, and you
Um,
were you guys dating before
but
that for a
yeah,
while, or was 3 years
yeah,
total?
we do. Uh, we dated for a year before that, so it was like
Okay,
4 years, 4.5 years total.
okay, gotcha. Just trying to put the whole timeline together. So,
Yeah, it was, like roughly like our relationship was probably like 2014 to 18.
right, and
Yeah, 15 to 18 with those years in San Diego.
so let's run it back to when you first started. Did you always have video projects going on?
Um, I always wanted to,
Yeah,
because once I started like watching my first bike videos, there was a VHS tape, like one of those 6 hour you know, tapes that you put in your VCR and record shit off TV,
yeah.
and it had like four BMX videos on it, and it floated around my town, like every kid borrowed it, and it had it had "Don't Quit Your Day Job," the first Animal video, um, Square One Up in Arms, and the Demolition video, I believe.
Oh
And
man.
yeah, it was awesome because like that floating around, and then my friend's like, "That's Woodbridge, New Jersey," and that's Newark, New Jersey. I'm like, no fucking way, really? Like that's right here, and that's like right off the bat. That's what got me started, and like more interest grew in the spots more than like me learning tricks. Is just like I don't know, like it's the same. My movie interest is the same way. Like if I watch a movie and I'm like, holy shit, Clerks, here you go.
Hmm.
That's in Leonardo, New Jersey. I live 10 minutes away from it, so like I don't know. For some reason, it's like local pride,
Yeah, dude.
and yeah, and I always wanted to film videos from the beginning. It was just it's not a one person job. It's hard to do.
Oh, absolutely. You know, uh, the dude that got me into riding had a video, and it was like the first four props episodes. He let me borrow that. That was one tape. The other tape was um, Albert Street, and then the third video was DK Intuition.
Oh, awesome one.
So it was similar boat, and it was like finding out like I grew up in central Pennsylvania, and it was like finding out that these trails, Pittsburgh, oh that was in State College, oh this is in Philly, Philly's only 2 hours away, and it just
Yeah,
jazzes you up because you're like, all right, first of all I'm interested in this, second of all it's actually happening like right around here.
and it was before the internet where everyone had it, handed to them.
Yeah, it felt like you were really discovering something, kind of, you know.
Yeah, like putting in the hard copy tape and like not even having a menu. Like you just have to watch what's on it.
Yeah, fast forward the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
You put it,
yeah, it was good times.
you got that thing that looked like a Cadillac. It was like this big plastic car. You would just put the tape in to close it and rewind the tape back.
Yeah, I found one in my grandmother's garage recently, and I tried to get it to work, and it was just beat.
Yeah, I'm sure. Them
I
things
think I got a
go.
picture of it though somewhere on my phone. Yeah, it's just a VCR rewind or VHS rewinder.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
actually looking for a VCR now. I got VHS tapes right here. Expendable Youth, Expendable 2, Expendable 3,
yo, that's what's up.
Profile, Saluting Brutality.
Nice.
I don't even remember that video. Is that any good?
I don't remember, but I do remember. I mean, it's got to be somewhat good with a name like that. I remember there being
Yeah,
some
it
piss
sounds
and
like it.
vinegar in it for sure. Like I remember some heavy songs and some righteous clips. You know, not everything was so perfectly packaged until probably Joe Simon fucked the game up and Dave Perrick, and
Yeah.
you know everything was a crafted props episode up until a point. You know, maybe Fit Puerto Rico or Barcelona. I mean,
Oh, that's a
which
good one.
which one came first? Barcelona, I think.
Uh, I don't know. I was actually confused. I was confusing it with that No Problemo Red Bull video
Oh man, there's
for some
so
reason.
many. There's so many videos that are actually completely bangering. So
Yeah.
so you got inspired to make your own videos. once you kind of saw these this 4 pack hood tape that's being passed around, you got inspired. And I
Yeah.
I don't know if I think everything I know about you is from Dave Raffa. I think I lived in Rochester for a year, and I remember him saying, "You're from Pennsylvania? You don't know about LFS? You gotta watch this." And he showed me it. He was like talking me through everything, and I think he said that
Awesome.
you had a what was the first video project? Was it Deprived Child? Is that the name of it?
100 proof.
100 proof. Is that the
Yeah. Well, my first DVD project goes back before that a little bit. It was called At All Costs. I don't even have a copy. I've been trying to get my hands on one. There are a few out there, just haven't gotten it back to me yet.
well?
Um, that that came out in 2006, and that was mostly like it was one of them videos where like I did like 90% of everything, like just trying to get other people to film, and nobody really gave a shit. So like it's mostly skate parks, you know. It's like pre-quality video, I'd say.
Mm,
But
gotcha.
100 proof is what I would say like my first official video, like one I put a lot of work into editing and filming and doing it right, you know.
Deprived Child, 100 proof.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
the name Deprived Child came from when me and Deroba met in like 2000, I'd say 2004. He made a video called Deprived Child Let the Riot Begin. And then in 2005 he came out with another one called Urban Assault. And then after I came out with At All Costs the same year Urban Assault came out, I think it was so that was 2006. And then the next video we worked on together, it was just called Deprived Child Mixtape. And that one I don't even know if we put on DVD. That was just like kind of like a mixture of all of our clips from the trips and stuff.
and that was before
Nothing
100
like
proof.
too notice. Yeah, that was all before 100 proof. And then
Damn.
100 proof was the first video that I edited though, because Doroba was doing those first three.
So getting you've been making videos for a very long time. Like you've been doing this shit.
I've always tried to bring a camera from the beginning. I don't know why.
I mean, hey, being able to somewhat permanently hold on to all of your makes, that's nothing bad.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's bad. I'm happy I got some cool shit on tape. I got a VHS tape of like Jackass style shit that me and my friends filmed in eighth grade that I'm dying to see. That's first thing I'm watching when I get a VCR.
So,
I know it's me like putting hairspray on my hands, lighting them on fire and shit.
oh my god,
Love to see that nowadays.
yeah, I have 100 proof pulled up. Can you see it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I can record audio, but you won't be able to hear it. But so this is the first one you edited.
Yeah.
Oh god, I guess I
And
don't.
this guy Pete, he tried real hard to film, bangers, but like
Oh,
he's going through college, getting older. Um, every time he came out was like an event like this, like Evil
oh
Knievel
my
or something.
god, yeah.
So instead of not giving him a part because he fell all the time, I just gave him the opening part of All Falls.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's the
Ah!
man. He's like my biggest inspiration.
Is he still around? Does he still ride? Oh!
This is like who I pretty much ride like nowadays.
Oh my god. He doesn't look sketchy. It's just like it didn't work out.
Exactly, like Annie Hop maybe, or like it. The two tricks he lands are pretty sick though.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like iconic, and I rode with him all the time until he moved on, and ever since then I've been growing more and more into his style. Like, fuck it, I didn't ride for 3 weeks, but I need a clip, so I'm just gonna try this.
Yeah. Go for what you got.
I mean, he accidentally railroaded that that rail at North Brunswick High School too, and I've never seen anyone else film that clip. And he did it on accident.
Oh shit.
He was trying to like manual it. He just perfectly tire rode it, and we're all like, "What the fuck?"
Damn. Yeah.
That's entertaining though. That's the kind of shit I want to see.
So did Deroba edit his own section in this video, or did you edit his section too?
I edited his section. I edited the whole video.
That's cool.
There is a secret section on the DVD though, an Easter egg,
Yeah.
um, that my friend Tyrell Jason edited. He had like a bunch of clips from like similar people, a mixture of other local riders, and he made the edit, and I put it in as like an Easter egg right after Deroba's part, I think, and before Chris Lamb's part. You have to like hit enter when you see a sticker that says BMX is dead.
Do you think anybody found the Easter egg? Oh my god.
I don't think so, unless they put it in a computer and saw it on like the files.
Right.
But I just ordered some more copies actually. You want a hard copy?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I just ordered a bunch. They're pretty cheap on this website that I use, kunaki.com.
Oh shit. Well, we'll have a link in the show notes.
Yeah, it's
You
the best way to
guys,
go if you're trying to duplicate DVDs.
you guys were so good so long ago. Like Deroba is looking like who's that guy that Bob Serbo always films that has four pegs and does a mad shit? Hoogerhide. He's got a Hoogerhide style vibe to him. I don't know if he's ever gotten that before, but
Yeah. I think back then when we were, yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you cutting out. Are we talking?
yeah, you cut out too. What'd you say? Should I pause the video? Maybe I'm fucking up my own Wi-Fi. Ooh, maybe I should turn this off, not off, not off.
I think it's my Wi-Fi.
Okay, where were we? I forget what we were saying.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi is fucking like saying poor connection.
go stand next to the router.
As long as we're good now.
Put tinfoil on your head.
Yeah, right. No, I was gonna say though, I think back in like 2007 through 2010 when we made this DVD,
Yeah,
I think there was like a lot of motivation because we felt like we were like unnoticed, like underrated or something. So I think a lot of times we really stepped it up knowing we'd be surprising other riders, like local guys.
right.
Um,
Damn.
for certain things, for certain like local spots, there's a lot of local shit around like New Brunswick that was pretty popular. That like every time we went there, we saw other people. So like we purposely call out spots for like those rails,
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, trying to step it up. I don't know how we got so much balls to do some of this shit though.
Oh, right
Yeah, right
there.
there's the Easter egg.
That was the Easter
Yep.
egg. Damn. So, how did we go from Deprived Child to LFS?
Okay. I think we like felt like we wanted to change the name, but we were just I don't know using the name that Doroba had, and around it was 2011, and I was hanging out with Nick Sebasti, and we were planning on making another video, but we didn't know what. We just knew that it was going to involve me, Doroba, and Jeff Classic. And
Okay.
then I was hanging out with Nick, and it was like a winter day. We were going to Incline Club, and somehow we like came up with the idea of having a splits video where like him, Nick and Mikey Almodovar, Small Fry split apart,
Yeah.
and me and Jeff Glasses split apart, and then we can get like Mike K and Deroba to split apart, and like that was our initial like new pitch at a video, you know. And as soon as spring came, we kind of like jumped into like doing that idea. But we all had like our own individual trick list. So some of us got a lot of clips early, and some of us took a while and got less clips overall. But we filmed at a different pace. So like Nick Seabasty, for example, had like 3 minutes of clips when I had like 30 seconds, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it quickly went from like I don't think it's going to be an even split part for anybody. I think we should just like see who gets enough clips to get their own part, and that's exactly what happened. Like all six names that I said that should be in the split video ended up having parts in the first one, and I was a big fan of Vinny Crispino from Staten Island, and I asked him to film a part for it. So like he was kind of like a random add-on,
Mm-hmm.
and Steve Kulishenko was like another one. I kind of started riding with him around 2011, and he'd come out to spots and just like shut down shit. So it was one of those like parts that were filmed without like knowing it was gonna be a part at first. It was kind of like, yo, film a friend section clip. It was like banger, banger. And then we
Right.
went. If you watch Steve Cool's LFS part, there's like a up rail, like a 8 stair up rail or something that he does tire ride up to 180 bar, tire ride up the bar, and like I don't know, gets like banger clips. But that after that day, I was like, damn. Remember when we all heard like rumors that Steve Cool did all these bangers, and then we went to that exact rail and he did all the tricks in one day. We're like, yeah, dude, we need him to get a full part.
Damn.
So then he was like added onto it, and we had we had like motivation. We were younger, just wanted to film like a cool video, and LFS one came out pretty good. I liked it.
And
It was the quickest video we've ever made.
did uh did you edit that one too?
Yeah, LFS one I edited. That was it was came out in 2013. So 2011 to 2013 for me started off good, but at the end it started to get a little chaotic. I was drinking, using drugs a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and the video almost didn't come out. I actually had a premiere set up at 50/50 skate park with a lot of people going there, and then like for whatever mental reason I couldn't make it. So it was
Oh
like a
shit.
botch premiere.
LFS for LFS
And
one.
yeah,
Wow.
um so like that sucked because by that point we had already filmed a lot of clips. Like we had one trip where we went to Boston, and I think like I forget how many tapes we filmed, but we had like 35 clips from one trip or something. We're like, dude, like all these clips are pretty solid. Like I'm happy with them, Like we could do a couple more trips like this video will be done quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like I said, in 2 years that was the quickest like full length DVD I ever filmed.
Is LFS one.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's is that the one with the cut scene where it says, "Hey Crispino, what's your batting average?"
No, that's what was it? That was a scavenger video actually.
Oh, really?
I love that clip. That's sick.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
little B-roll snippet. That's cool.
Yeah, Steve Cool and Vinny Crispino rode for Scavenger.
That's sick.
And yeah, I'm trying to think what happened. I think after Vinny's head injury, around I guess that was 2012 or something. I guess after his head injury, he slowed down riding and stuff, but still he's got banger clips. LFS too. He has a whole part.
So between LFS one and LFS two, he hits his head.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you can tell because he has a helmet on in the second one.
Okay. Gotcha. Damn. So how did the name come about? I'm not sure if we touched on that.
No, we didn't. I was gonna say that. I'm all over the place.
So
Apologize.
no, man, it's all good.
Um, the name kind of came about because I'd be like texting the guys, and like say it was the winter, it'd be like 30 degrees. I'd text Jeff with glasses, be like, "Yo, you want to ride?" He's like, not really. I mean, maybe we can just go LFSing." And I'd be like, "What?" And he's like, "Looking for spots." Like instead of just riding, just go look at spots. I'm like, "Okay, like I like that. That's funny." So I started using the phrase more, like LFSing, and I don't know how I ended up calling the video that, but I think I don't know. I think I just brought it up, and everyone was like laughing about it at the same time, and it just stuck.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get more succinct than that, you know?
Yeah, it's like FBM or something, but not
Yeah.
as cool.
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Like, you guys made a name for yourselves, as like this little, not little, but underground crew, you know? Like, oh, it's not like this long ass name I can't pronounce. It's LFS. Like, it's iconic.
I appreciate it.
And yeah, you guys did a lot of shit here. So shit, where do we go from here? Should I let me pull up display cap. So I got so I watched LFS 3 and I enjoyed it. Um, I didn't expect you to have such a
Cool.
short section, and I feel like we'll get to that eventually. But I want to throw that
Okay.
out there, I guess, now, and then basically we're going from
Yeah.
LFS 1 to where I just said. Um, but yeah, uh, so for LFS 1, did how did song selection go?
Um, I was really into 60s psychedelic rock at that time, I remember. It was like I found a lot of songs through other 60s bands, and the Robo always picks his own song. So that's always that's always chosen by him.
That's cool. Is it ever an issue?
Never. That's why I let him do it because he always just picks the right song.
That's
It's
cool.
always something com- like something that you wouldn't expect a guy that's like fully covered in tattoos to ride to, you know?
I feel like anybody. I mean, I feel like any good editing, you can make any song work if you really want to, in a way.
Yeah, yeah, and he's always been one of those guys that's got the clips like easy to edit to.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's slacking in the video for sure.
Well,
um,
in LFS 3, I definitely like you could tell I'm older now.
I
I'm just
mean,
happy to say I like hit something with stairs.
right?
Once the stairs are completely cut out of my life, then I'll probably stop riding. I'm gonna
Hey,
try to huck a stair rail like every couple of years and make sure I can still do it.
when in doubt, ramps.
Yeah,
Like
I
trails,
was
pump
equally
tracks.
afraid. I was equally afraid to try a duster at a skate park as opposed to trying one on a street for the LFS3. That's why I did the one I did. It was like small, basically skate park rail.
Oh, right. So, was color correcting the footage a part of the process at all?
Out of LFS1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a big problem at the end editing there. What I did is I captured everything to like a 15-to-1 ratio instead of like a 1-to-1.
Oh.
So there was a lot of quality lost, and I had 30 tapes or however many tapes that I went through, and I didn't want to recapture. So I used color correction to try to like fix it, and I tried to do a lot of shit to make it look better, and the final product is what it is.
Hey, yeah, man. Ugh, I don't miss capturing tapes at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, like once I realized I captured everything at 15-to-1 ratio, I was like, oh fuck.
There's so much Rochester in all this too.
Yeah, when Dave moved to Rochester, like in the first year, we went there for a weekend.
That's crazy.
That was my 26th birthday, so 9 years ago.
Oh my god, it's really been that long.
Yeah, I know, man. Time's flying.
Dave and I moved to Rochester a month apart from each other, and didn't
Really?
and didn't know who each other were. And I was like, oh, I just got here, got a job. And he's like, oh, I just got here too, got this job. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
That's
I
cool. Rochester's always had like its staple in BMX. You know, it's a cool city.
regardless of the bike companies that operate out of Rochester, the city itself is like a BMX. Like,
Oh yeah, the the parking lot flat rails that are everywhere.
Oh my god. Everything is a spot in Rochester.
I don't have one of them around me. Like one of them fat rails that is like only a foot high. I have
Yeah.
zero.
The chubby rails runneth aplenty in Rochester.
It's crazy. They're all different colors.
And they all grind different too. Like you can't trust just because this one spot worked that this one will.
Yeah, it's like Philly and storm doors.
Wait, what do
Like
you
you
mean by
can't
that?
trust that this one's gonna work
Oh yeah.
because there's just so many.
Oh yeah. I
Like
mean,
the storm door spots that I've seen, like just people riding on Instagram or in videos. I'm like, what the fuck? Like where is that? And it's like, oh, of course it's Philly.
I always wanted to ride one that was like made out of wood, like an Amish storm door.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Oh, they make them, right?
You know what? I saw
Is that
one
like
once.
one of the things they make?
I don't know if they make them. I mean, I guess anybody can. Yeah, I guess you could. I know that you. I know you. There's like a spot in Jersey when I used to work at 2x4. I would. Oh, it's in Delaware. They would sell storm doors. Uh,
Yeah, I saw Pat Quinn posted that one time. Like there's a sign that says "We sell storm doors." Like, damn, that place is sick.
yeah. Damn, you guys are going ham on everything. How far into LFS1 is your part? Or should I just? I mean, I love the.
Um,
I don't. I ain't talking shit on DeRoba's clips at all. This is all fire. But if we watch all the videos, we'll never get out of here.
oh yeah. I'd say like maybe halfway.
Because you guys.
Let's see, what is it? Let's keep going. Like I definitely peaked around this time BMX wise too for riding.
Do you think? Do you think it's a mix of having some experience, but also the lack of fear that might.
Yeah, I'm way more nervous now than I ever used to be.
Ah, right, right.
Like I can't just jump off sometimes. Like I'll like I especially stuff that's slow run up that like a short run up, that's the worst shit for me.
Oh shit, you're right.
It gets me so nervous and I just can't jump off the ledge and then like something with like a little bit of speed I can talk myself into like fuck it, jumping it.
Yeah, like the risky maneuvers that used to be like, oi,
Yeah, like that. I don't even think I would eye that up these days.
like. I mean, but that's what makes this section so sick, right? Is that it is balls to the wall.
It definitely captured a time in my life, where
So
I could do some of that loose shit.
that was so sick. I love that. I mean,
Thank you.
sometimes you see a spot and you see the person do exactly what you were thinking in your head, and you're like, oh, that was satisfying. It's like on Instagram where like there's accounts devoted to people squishing Play-Doh in their fingers.
Like ASMR or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, it's like BMX ASMR.
Yeah. For me,
So
that would be like grinding concrete ledges with a metal peg.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Someone needs to make that. Okay, so you do you bar spin dominant left hand? So
yeah, I used to.
you don't
And
bar
then when I
anymore.
learned,
Oh,
well,
sorry.
no, if I haven't really in a while, but I used to bar spin like counterclockwise,
Mm-hmm.
and then I learned how to bar spin the proper way so I could like 180 bar.
Yeah.
And and for some reason when I grind, I throw it to the left, and when I do like suicide bars or something, I throw it to the right. So I try to, if I ever do bars again, I try to always film one clip followed by another, or edit one clip followed by the other,
Right. Dude, that was
But
insane. Like all this shit. Caught the little bank there. Ooh. Damn. Were you guys ever approached by any companies? I mean, I guess those guys got eventually hooked up by Scavenger. Is that what happened?
yeah, they were on Scavenger. Small Fry, he started with We the People. He did like a couple trips with them, I believe. Um, and then Merritt. Um, Jeff with glasses got on GT actually.
Yeah, yeah. I follow
He was
Jeff.
probably, yeah, I was gonna say that's probably like the biggest sponsor as far as it being like, the pro team and a paid thing.
Right.
Um,
I mean, you're doing pro level shit here. Like
yeah, that's why LFS sponsored me.
that was like Chester Blacksmith or some shit, you know? Like
Love him, man, legend. That's who I wish I was.
street backflip. You can flip too.
I did my first one last summer in 7 years,
Oh wow.
so I brought it back. For some reason, at 34 years old, I brought back like a lot of scary shit.
Yeah, you trying to conquer the beast a little bit, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I wanted to film before the video was done, and luckily, Small Fry came out and like we got a couple clips in one day. Like I think him and Spam came out, and I got 3 clips that one day. He's like, "Dude, when's the last time you had a 3 clip day?" I'm like, "At least a decade, like 5 to 10 years."
Wow. So, is this is in between LFS one and LFS two when you decided to address the substance abuse?
Uh, no, pretty much, pretty much LFS2 was really because Small Fry took over. Like, because everybody still wanted to make a video. They were still, coming off the steam of the first one.
Yeah.
Uh, Everybody wanted to do it again right away, and I think if I was making the video, bless you,
Excuse me. Sorry.
I don't think I would have been able to make a second video. So luckily, Small Fry took over when he did, and I continued to like use pretty much the whole second video. Like I could tell you each clip, like what I'm specifically on, if I remember correctly. um, and then 2015, the second video came out, and that's when I moved to California and didn't
After.
really address any, didn't really address my issues as much as just stop cold turkey everything, but alcohol, and then alcohol became like the overwhelming addiction that like pretty much ruined my relationship with my ex and like the reason I came back to New Jersey.
Wow. And so that
So
was
like
after LFS two.
yeah,
Wow.
the 7 years that were in between LFS 2 and 3, like we all changed. Like the whole crew is like different now. Like Small Fry bought a house, Steve Jones bought a house, Jeff with Glasses just had a kid, DeRoba just got married. Like we're everyone's doing real life shit. I call it NPS, normal people shit.
I like that. NPS.
Yeah,
I'm writing that one down.
yep.
I
That's what I
like.
do. Hashtag NPS. Like if I'm just like at the zoo or something or gardening,
Hell yeah, man.
anything other than riding.
So I have your LFS two section pulled up here. I, we want to watch it real quick since it's two and a half section, two and a
Yeah,
half minutes. Okay, I'll
yeah.
pull
You
it
can
up.
see how like my parts shortened, and like I wouldn't say there was like filler necessarily, but like it just you could probably tell I was a lot skinnier. I was drunk as hell for this clip.
Oh, and it looked like you kind of had it too.
Yeah, I thought I had it. Like an inch too far.
I mean, did you
If
knock
I
your?
was if I landed back like an inch more like back on the rail, I would have been fine. I just landed on
Oh,
the kink with my front peg and flipped over.
oh, so you had no time to even like.
Yeah, like my peg just tapped the front kink, and then I flew over bars. Yeah, good times though. Because this was pretty quick too. We did this in 2 years, so LFS 1 and 2 both came out like relatively quick.
Damn. Now, were you guys ever like fuck, man? We filmed everywhere. We gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah, we always wanted to do trips, but as we got older too, that was like a harder thing for us to get vacation times from work or whatever we had to do to take a trip.
Yeah.
But when I was living in California, luckily, like Jeff or Small Fry or Special or like throughout the 3 years they all came in different groups. So
Oh,
they filmed some cool stuff. We used me being out there for our advantage,
right.
especially because Mike K moved to Vegas in 2016. So for 2 years, like we were able to turn Southern California trips to Vegas trips. So it was cool for the time it was, for what
Yeah,
it was at the time.
right. That's what's up.
Speaking gibberish here.
No, man, no, you're totally on point there. Do you have any? You said you were in San Diego.
Yeah, yeah, North Park, San Diego.
Do you do you have anything that you like? I mean, it seems like Cali is ideal, at least weather wise. Do you have anything? Were there any shitty things about it?
Um, I really couldn't find any new spots that I didn't like. The only
Oh,
thing that was like the
that
only
was
thing that we'd come
crazy.
across.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, thanks. That was my banger.
Was that
But
where was that?
Rochester.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, Rochester.
Damn. I
Um,
know where it is, but I don't. I've never actually walked up to it, but I think I know where it is. I'm like,
is there still a dumpster there?
I've never I never laid
I
eyes on that exact stair set, but I think those buildings look really familiar, like where it is and
think
stuff.
that there were boats. I
Yeah,
think that was like some water thing,
yeah, man. Rochester's pretty
some
scenic.
water, some water thing, because I saw boats.
So after when you did you decide when the relationship ended? Is that when you decided to kind of clean up things and move back, or you moved back then decided to do stuff? What was going on?
I moved back and then started the process of trying to stop on my own and then going to rehabs and getting arrested or waking up in the hospital. Like I said, 2019 was such a crazy year. I woke up in the hospital like 7 times. Uh, it ended December 26th because for me it ended December 26th because I woke up in Monmouth County Jail and I had to spend the next 4 months locked up because I hit a police officer, but I
Oh
don't
my god.
remember it at all. Blackout drunk. So after sobering up for the 100 something days that I was in jail, when I came out, I no longer had the physical addiction that kept me relapsing over and over.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a good length of time now where I didn't drink. So when I got out in April 2020, that's kind of when my real sobriety like took off. I mean, took off in jail, but learning to do it out in the real world is when it really started for me, April 2020.
Damn. So you were in jail when the COVID shit was popping off.
Yeah, that was a big thing too, because I was like trying to get out, and then they're like, "All right, everyone's gonna be locked down tomorrow." I'm like, "Wait, what the fuck's going on?" Like literally, like the day it got real bad, I left and I talked to other people that like I was locked up with, like recently ran into people, and they're like, "Dude, were you there for COVID?" I'm like, "No, I got out right before," and they're like, "Oh my God, it was horrible. We were locked up for 24 hours a day." I was like, "Oh, I mean, you're already locked up, but then they lock you up individually."
Yeah, holy shit. So,
That's the only thing that got me through jail was like socializing with people. They were so interesting. You meet some really fucked up people there.
oh yeah.
Some cool people too.
Anybody anybody worth giving a shout out?
Yeah, my bunkie, Rocco Busanti, the Italian stallion. He literally looks like Sylvester Stallone. It's mad funny.
Holy shit.
He would do 500 push-ups in our bunk every night.
Really?
Wait till he got out. Yeah, he was jacked. He says like when he goes to jail, he gains all his weight back because he starts eating again, and then like works out all the time, and then he goes back out and smokes crack and like loses like 50 pounds again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, some life.
So, do you feel like you're kind of on a better path now? Everything's all right.
Yeah, like it's kind of like blessing in disguise, I guess, having my relationship end with my ex because realistically we weren't right for each other anyway. And New Jersey is me. Like I'm an East Coast person, an East Coast rider. the food I eat involves like pork roll and shit, like New Jersey only food. I work on a fishing boat. You know what I mean? I
So,
tried to get involved in the seafood industry out there, and it was just totally different. Not at all like how we do out here.
so is that something you're interested in? Something you've been doing?
Yeah, my dad owns the boat that I work on. And my uncle was a fisherman, and my dad's parents. Like it's like a local family
Wow.
tradition, I guess.
Huh. That's cool. What kind of
Yeah.
stuff do you fish for?
Fluke is our like main target.
Fluke.
So catch porgies, whiting, codfish maybe,
That's cool.
mixture of stuff. Fluke's our main target though, or squid,
Wow.
calamari.
Damn, so you guys are on the boat every day.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll drop my shit. You still there?
Yeah.
All right. I Yeah, like right now I work like 3 or 4 days a week out there, so they're long days, but it's nice to get like 3 days off.
Yeah, I bet. You get some time to
Basic,
decompress.
yeah, we're basically working around the weather anyway. So like if it's a nice day, we'll go to work. We'll try to force in as many days as we can, but if it gets windy like it is today or storms coming in, put us out for a couple days.
Right, yeah.
Like even if it's raining, like I go to work, but if it's windy, that's what I got to be careful about, and then it gets like dangerous.
That sounds like some deadliest catch type shit.
Yeah, it's like the little dangerous catch. Not crazy dangerous.
Dang.
No, people die actually like I don't want to say all the time, but like there's a repeating death, like every couple of years, maybe one a year. Because the water's so cold in the winter, they go out, something happens, and like by the time someone gets their mayday call, they're out in the water for a half an hour dead.
Oh my god. That's
Somebody actually
terrifying.
bought my uncle's boat a couple of years ago, and I was trying to help him a little bit, but I had like my own job, and he ended up sinking the boat. Like went out one day, and that was it. And they said when they dove to like get him out, I guess he got tangled up in his own nets on the boat and couldn't swim up to like
Oh
safety.
my
Like so he
god.
was like stuck in his own fucking fish net.
Wow.
The horror, the death.
Well, I hope nothing like that ever happens again, but put some positive vibes out there, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, luckily my dad's experienced and pretty good.
That's what's up. So you're back in Jersey. You're working a job you enjoy. Things are
Yeah,
cleaned up. And is that when you start filming the LFS3 clips?
yeah. Pretty much it was like last minute basically. Small Fry gave me a deadline around New Year's saying like, "Yo, April we're gonna put the video out. Any clips you want to get to me, get to me." And I was like, "Well, I want to film this and this, and I don't trust this guy filming." And it took me a while to kind of get him out because I was drinking so much. I think everyone was kind of tired of like dealing with me, like having me come out, not doing something, or being drunk, not being able to ride, shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
or just being annoying. But I think it took a while for him to finally say like, "All right, I'll come out and ride." Probably more or less just because like I had a good spot or something. But nah, he let me film for LFS3 after the first day of riding because I got 3 clips, like I said.
Yeah.
But I don't think if he was putting the video out in April, I don't think we actually would have even like met up. I would probably have to like run into him at the skate park to get him to see that I wasn't drinking as much anymore.
Right.
Because like seem to have a drink like every couple months. Luckily, I'm not like back on the wagon or off the wagon, however that phrase goes. But like every couple months, like I still end up seeming to have a drink at some point. So I don't have like any kind of valid sobriety date.
Gotcha. So so he kind of took over for LFS2, and then he had this project for LFS3, and that he wanted to do, and
It,
it was just that
yeah,
was
I
just
don't
a
know. I
project.
think, I think naturally he was just stacking footage, not knowing where he was going with it yet, and with drama with Steve Cool and like other people happened. It was when I was in California, so I don't know what exactly happened. But Steve Cool just completely like retired, like doesn't ride at all anymore, and
Hmm.
Mike K lived in Vegas and kind of grew up, I guess. He like doesn't really like going out and filming. He might ride the skate park like once every 6 months. So that was it for him. But Small Fry and Steve Jones were still filming all the time, getting clips. And I know the robot will just keep going. He's the robot,
The robot.
and yeah, he'll just keep getting the same timeless footage that he's always been getting.
Damn, that's awesome.
And he's like, I don't know how he does it. Like he works crazy hours. He's always in commute to and from work, and he still somehow gets out and gets bangers.
Fuck yeah! Shout out to the robot.
Yeah, I'll hand it to him. He had like probably my favorite part in the video. If you really in the new video, LFS3. Actually, in all of them, if you watch all three videos and 100 proof as well, like Thoreau's part could have been filmed this year. It could have been filmed 10 years ago. It's all the same kind of shit. Certain spots specifically set up for like pole jam to Smith Hard 180, and he did that exact.
Yeah,
It,
timeless, tasteful. That's it.
yep. The only thing you'll notice is DeRoba stopped wearing Dickies, the blue Dickies pants at some point around 2012.
uh,
But he
um,
had every clip in a pair of Dickies before that, man. 100%.
so, speaking of some quirky stuff, I don't know where this came from, but Rafa used to tell me about it called the Nick Seabasty sunset photo or something like that. Was that like a
Yeah,
hashtag?
yeah. Hashtag Nick Seabasty sunset pick.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Was he
If
always
you look up
posting?
that hashtag on Instagram, there's got to be 100 or more posts.
Is there?
I haven't done one in a while, but I should.
I might just try to pull it up. Nick Seabasty sunset pic. There's 5 posts. Oh,
Really? Only
yeah.
five?
There was 5, and I hit return, and then it won't show me them. So that's kind of weird.
What?
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, man. LFS3 was good. And I saw that. What was it? You said small fry. Mikey Almodovar. How do I
Yeah,
fucked
there
it
you go.
up?
Almodovar. No, that's how it
Almodovar.
is. Almodovar.
Almodovar. Got it. So he put that one together. That's cool.
Yep.
So you guys were on fucking Adam 22 shit. What was that like? Was that when you were living out
Oh
there?
yeah, yeah, that was for LFS2. Uh we had a premiere in like the OSS store.
Yeah.
It was kind of like after the Jersey premiere and stuff. I think it was like a couple weeks after. So when they were in California, we did like the interview with him and the premiere in the store and stuff. It was pretty cool. You could tell like Adam, even though he's like all famous and stuff now, you could tell he still loves BMX. He tries to still promote it and like ride every once in a while, and I respect that. He
Ye-
was cool as hell to us.
Yeah. I have no beef with them. The only thing that I'm kind of annoyed with is that the come up site is gone, so you can't go and like, you know what I mean? Like our archive of BMX keeps getting deleted out from underneath us, so we can't. Thrasher's been around forever and just keep like everything just
Yeah,
keeps getting posted
there's
on
no
top. So a new kid that comes in,
there's no archives.
not that I know of, I don't know how to get to them because like I remember
Hmm.
one day I tried to go on the site and it was gone, and I was like, all right, so
I don't even know how I found the come up, but it was the blog, the original blog spot back in the day, in like whatever year that was. And I remember they had Edwin De La Rosa's animal part on there, and it was cool because it was one of the first times I seen someone post about like an old bike video that I saw and had like his words about it. So I mean that's all everything is now. But
yeah, he made it like he got started by just opinionating on shit.
yeah, he turned opinion into career.
Basically, you know,
Ever
for
eat
sure.
food?
No, it ain't good.
Yeah, man, good.
It looked good. Those look good. So, what's next? What's on the horizon? Are you
It's a good question.
as he eats his gummies.
Be- Sorry.
No, you're good,
let
man.
me get the let me get the jewel. I've been waiting for the charge for a while. No, I think Small Fry made it clear that he was like, even getting this video out was kind of tough at one point because he's like I said, he bought a house and he has rental units, I believe, in his house, and he's got a serious girlfriend and whatnot. It's tough to be getting older and expecting people to come out every Saturday, or even make plans to make it with, even making plans with one or two people is hard sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, so I've always said, jokingly, well, first jokingly, and then it got kind of serious, that I wanted to make a sequel to 100 Proof called 151 Proof. Um,
What?
and Droba, Chris Lanham, and Jeff Glass have said that they would. Pete McGrath is done. I don't think I can get him on a bike.
Hmm.
um, who else is in the video? Let me look. I forget here. Here it is. Shout out to 100 Proof.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Chris Asenza. He's the other one that won't ride again.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked him many times. He's like, "Nah, dude. Like I'm done. I can't fall like that anymore."
Right.
For me, it's like it's a refreshing thing. Like when I take a slam, as long as I don't break something. But it's like refreshing. Like you bounce up off the ground. You're like, "All right, let me take this rail a little more serious."
Yeah, you kind of realize you're not exactly made out of glass.
Yeah, like or if you like got your something, you're like, "All right, I got the hard part out of my mind now."
Mm-hmm. Once you've committed to the scary.
Yeah, the longer you go like without falling, I feel like it gets to you. You need that fall to remind you, like, all right, like you're fine. You're not gonna die if you fall.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. I don't know how closely you follow my shit, but I posted a little promo for the pads, and I did like two clips. And the one clip was a Manny bumped the curb 180, and I haven't ridden that much. I side loaded my right knee during quarantine riding trying to ride bikes, and it's permanently fucking ruined, and it sucks because it's like not even anything crazy, nothing cool, but now my knee is fucking done for the rest of my life. So I'm trying to like rehab it and work it back because it's when your knee is that weak, when you try and stand up on the pedals, like you can't even like get level because your leg is trying to like figure out where level is, and you don't even want to put that much pressure into your knee. So it took
Is it
me.
your front foot?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man, yeah, yeah. I can see how that's. I've had like knee problems, but it always seemed to strengthen back up.
yeah. My
Knock
left knee
on knock
used to
on
be my
wood.
bad one. Yeah. So I've been trying to rehab it, yada yada yada, poor me. But so I went to go film those clips, and I haven't fallen in a long time. I, I mean, whatever. And I looped out on the little bump jump to 180. Like my bike bumped the curb and then just went out from underneath me in a way where it's like kind of hard to like decipher how to bail. And I just like went to go put my feet out, like, oh, I'm just gonna put my feet down. This is all gonna be hunky dory. And the back of my peg clipped my heel so hard that I thought I broke my heel. Like
Oh man.
I thought I broke like the tip of my heel off. I was like this close to crying. I don't ever just cry out of like just sheer pain, but it was just like I don't know what else to do other than cry at this point because it hurts so bad. And then so uh it was like when you put your foot down on like a big drop and you get a heel bruise, it's kind of like the bottom of your heel. This was like almost my Achilles that I hit with my peg like full speed
Oh
somehow.
man.
And so then I'm just saying, like, long story short, I wasn't riding for a while, didn't not falling, get reality checked real fucking quick. Shit sucked.
Dude, I don't even want to think about that because I remember when my knee was bad a few years ago. Like every step up the stairs and stuff would mess me up. If I like tripped up the stairs, I'd be done.
Hmm. Yeah.
One of the things I left out in 2019, I also got hit by a car pretty bad in May 2019, and fractured my skull. And like I don't know what injury it did. It didn't break my knee, but it was like real swollen. And my back was messed up for a little bit. But 3 years later, I'm all right, luckily.
Damn, dude. Really? Did you have to like press charges or
Yeah.
anything to like the person?
No. I was in the crosswalk. Like he didn't get a ticket or anything like that. His insurance paid me though.
That's
Well,
good.
there's still I'm still like in the process of going to doctors and stuff, but yeah, his insurance is gonna pay me something, so that'd be cool. I'll get like a nice chunk of money somewhere down the line.
Do you have to do like physical therapy?
I did physical therapy for a little bit.
Yeah.
I looked up Brian Foster to see where he was a physical therapist too, seeing if he was close. I can get some Brian Brian Foster PT.
Oh shit, did you?
Yeah, I looked him up. He's in like Edison or New Brunswick or something. It's like a half an hour away, but um, my lawyer told me where to go.
Oh shit, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Shit can be like
yeah.
that. That's cool.
But yeah. 2019 was a wild year, and then 2020 was like worldwide a wild year.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Like at the beginning of this year, the small fry wanted to get it done, and then like we had like 3 months of like meeting up a couple different times and getting what we got, and that's actually why my part is so short, is because a lot of the clips I filmed by myself, I had a horrible fisheye for a while, and like every single clip I filmed had the wrong sun glare, or like it would focus on the scratch.
Oh shit.
It was just terrible. I actually just bought a fisheye, luckily. So anything I film from here on out will have a brand new fish.
Nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, got that Opteca John.
Nice. I
I always had the Century ones.
I bought an Opteca for my GL, and like 2 weeks later it started glitching on me, and I was like, well, I'm glad I bought this lens.
Is it this one?
That's what it looked like. Yeah. I have.
Yeah, I paid $100 to some trails rider in like New Hampshire, I think.
Oh man, that's what's up.
He had a Yeah, he had a marketplace. He was another bike rider. I was like, oh, cool. All right, $100. That's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, versus like 400 or whatever those lenses were.
I don't even know actually. I just looked up used and I found a few for like 130, and then his was 100.
Winner.
Yeah, it was a good deal because the one I had was it was just so old and scratched as because I don't know who had it before Steve Cool, but when Steve Cool quit riding officially, I bought his VXs. So like and I remember like joking. I was like, yo, like you know how Steve Cool is really gone? Because he's done. He sold his VXs. Like, nah. Now I got him.
Nice.
I wish he did ride. I don't know what exactly happened, but for some reason, like him and the other members of LFS had some sort of problem. I really don't know what the issue was.
It's kind of crazy how a lot of people just kind of stop riding, like just dip out. It's like,
Yeah, that and it goes back to me saying like I don't know exactly why I still ride, but I just feel like I can't stop like all of a sudden abruptly.
oh yeah, I bought a house and gained 40 pounds, and it was like, as much as you can attend to house shit, and as much as you can be an upstanding citizen or whatever you want to fucking call it, you will gain weight and you will need to exercise and take care of yourself. And it's like, I'm kind of sort of lazy when it comes to that shit. So riding bikes is like I'm gonna burn like 4 times as many fucking calories riding bike than I would attempting to work out. I do work out, I do shit, but it's like, it's just to make my body not feel completely like trash when I do get on my bike.
Just the pedaling around helps me out a lot. Like when I'm on the boat, like it makes me it hurts doing a lot of shit I do on the boat, but like I think like uh my heart is good from like all the pedaling around, and it's like it's probably evenly balanced from all the damage of drugs and, and alcohol and stuff, and then like all the years of me riding 15 miles to go ride at a spot back in the day. Like I remember riding to Red Bank, New Jersey, which is 14 miles from my house, and we would ride to there, ride all day, and then ride back.
Oh my god, what a
We used to
haul.
do that all the time. Yeah, like 13 years old.
I've done something similar, but once. I rode to like the next town over, and I remember my buddy had like one of those primo or not primo, Haro mirror seats, and I was like so jealous. I was like, fuck. I don't know what I had. Probably a primo hemorrhoid. I was like, fuck this fucking ride. This is such a long ride.
Oh, I remember those days, man. It's funny you said hemorrhoid. Nate Wessels riding one in the props I'm watching right now.
Dude, is low key not a bad seat. The balance seat was a six seat too. I feel.
I like the balance actually. That was a good one. The only thing, like if you rode it a little low, it would always hurt your knees. I felt like it was a real stiff feeling seat
Mm,
like on the sides.
yeah.
I've had like one of them like McNeil Fat Capital style seats for a long time.
Yeah. If it don't
I don't
break.
even know which one I have right now. It might be Fit, I think. It's just like a standard no logoed seat.
Yeah. So what's on the horizon for you? You got so when we originally tried to do this pod a couple weeks ago, and I think you were like, was that the day that you fell and you busted your wrist?
Oh, it might have been.
And that clip is in the
Yeah, because it was
video.
before. Yeah, yeah, that's like my first clip in LFS3, like that wooden rail thing that I landed on all squirrely. It was
Yeah.
much more of a side hop than I anticipated, and then like as I was in the air, I was like, oh, just trying to get
Oh
my tires on
man.
something because I felt like I was floating. It felt like I was like underestimating a way bigger side hop. It was scary.
Phew.
Somehow I actually landed on it for a second, and then my front wheel just dropped. I couldn't bail.
Yo, narrow tire ride shit. I fell once really really hard, and I just kind of swore it off. What did you end up doing? Busting your wrist?
Fractured my scaphoid, like
Dang.
the little bone in your hand. It's apparently like this one of the easiest bones to break. When you break your wrist, that's usually what it is. Um, and usually, like I don't know what percent of the time, I guess usually they say that you have to have surgery on it to get the bone to place back. But I guess luckily mine was like a light fracture. It's not too bad. It's gonna heal on its own.
That's good. Are you casted
But
up or anything?
nah, no, I'm regular. This is the third time I broke this wrist though, so the X-rays showed like a lot of different things,
Yeah.
like floating pieces of old breaks that they thought were this time, and I don't know. The third time I broke this wrist, and I broke my right wrist twice.
Damn.
So I'm hoping that it'll heal. I think I know what to expect.
So that's five wrist breaks total.
Yeah,
Wow, it's kind of crazy. You got all the clips you did in between all those breaks. I mean, I guess it's only a couple
yeah.
months each, but
That's
still.
always been a thing too. Injuries have always been a thing too for me. I've always been hurt in some way.
Hmm. But do you do any kind of like physical therapy or like stretches now?
Nah, I use a back roller. That's about it.
Nice. I swear by that thing, man.
Yeah, yeah. I got a couple different kinds here. Got a green John.
Oh, you got the narrow boy.
We got this foamy.
Right.
They're pretty good. Yeah, the narrow one's nice.
I never fucked with a narrow
Yo,
one
Steve
before.
Steve DeBusk bio. Shout out to that
Yo,
Steve DeBusk.
shout out to him. I remember I was rolling past this one spot in Rochester and I looked over and I was like, that looks familiar. And then I think Rafa showed me the Steve DeBusk bar. I was like, that dude was on some extra shit.
Yeah, what's weird is that I originally met Steve because he's from my hometown in New Jersey. So when I
Sick.
first started riding, the kids in the next town, like, you know, next town basically the same town, 2 miles away.
Hmm.
They were riding with Steve, and then he moved to Ohio. And then Steve came back and visited and was like the first person I witnessed to ever do like tail whip bears on quarters, and like he was doing like 540 hurricanes. I was like, holy shit, dude, where did this kid come from? Like moved
Wow.
away and came back like a legend.
Damn. Does he still ride now?
I don't know. I personally haven't talked to him in like 10 years, so
Hmm. Right.
probably the last time I talked to him was when this Prost bio was filmed.
Ah,
Like around that time.
man, that shit's so crazy. So many people are like come through and kill it and just kind of.
I know. I was bringing up Davey Watson the other day and like how great that guy was, and I don't even think anyone knows where he is now. Like I don't know. He's not on social media.
There's so many people like that. There's so many.
Ian Schwartz, got a shout out to him.
Yeah. Dude launched 1,000 half cabs, The man who
Yeah,
launched.
there's people like that that like he like invented that style that everyone well people have pegs now, but as far as like the fakey shit, like he was doing that way before there was a good free coaster.
It was like him and Bruce Chrisman just
Yeah,
just pushing that style and idea and concept.
that faceted facade video or whatever was sick.
Yeah, so good. Well, shit. Well, I look forward to some new shit you get going on. When do you think you'll be back on the bike?
I think like they say it's a 12-week recovery, and I'm at like 8 or 9 weeks now. Um, I've been trying to like take some vitamins and not eat like total crap, so hopefully I'm gonna guess like August I'll be actually riding, depending on if I meet up with anyone to see if they film me. But
Yeah.
I have plans on getting together with like a bunch of different people and just go out to different cities where they live. Like I have friends out in Altoona right now. Well, one friend, Calvin Beatty, he just moved out there, but he sends me pictures of spots all the time. I plan on doing a couple trips out there, and my parents got a house out in Pennsylvania, my grandmother's old house, and I go out there all the time. Know a couple of the locals. I'm trying to go out there and film too. So
Nice.
you'll be seeing some stuff. I hope to stack footage as much as I can and get the ball rolling for 151 proof because I think like if I start filming and posting shit, then Jeff with glasses will get more motivated and come out. And once like he gets out and starts getting clips, I think it's gonna be easy. Downhill from there.
Right on, man. I'm
That's
stoked to
how
see
it's
it.
always been for me. As long as I've been filming with him, once Jeff starts getting like banger after banger clip, because everything he does is just like a keeper. He doesn't film bullshit.
He's pretty sick, I gotta say.
Yeah, like he makes me wish I was goofy footed and left foot forward and four eyed.
Oh man, so we were watching LFS 3 last night, and I was trying to explain to the lady like what goofy foot it was and fuck foot or whatever, and she's like, so it's not desirable. I was like, no, technically not, because it's gonna make everything harder for you, and it's gonna make it harder for you to make shit look good. I was like, but these guys no are actually doing it right, like.
Use it to your advantage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like there's this one 60/40 rail setup where like I put my bike on it and it doesn't work unless you're goofy footed. So the two people I showed it to were left foot forward, right side pegs riders.
Right. Yeah. Unless you can switch your feet, which don't sign me up for that shit. I'm out.
No, and no Dan Hickerson over here.
Yeah, man.
I'm Dan Deal, not Dan Hickerson.
Shout out to him, man. That dude,
Yeah, right.
so underrated. It's insane that there's so much like talent and like passion that just kind of bubbles up into nothingness. Like not. I shouldn't say that. Like I'm not trying to talk shit on anybody. It's just like I wish Danny Hickerson had a podcast. I wish Jeff Z had a podcast. I wish everybody could take the stories that they have and keep this whole community rolling, because right now it feels like everything just keeps getting deleted or, you know, muted.
That's why the hard. That's why hard copy is important. You know, because even if it's like a magazine and it's old, at least it's at the time. What Jeff Z photographed in this. What I mean? It's all history.
Yeah.
It's history in the making, and now looking back, I'm happy to be there for some of it.
Do you, do you think that a USB drive could be considered hard copy?
Well, I mean, it is kind of.
Yeah. Cuz
I think as far as the definition of hard copy, something tangible.
yeah.
But this right here, this is the collection.
Damn, that's looking
I really
good.
don't have a good collection at all, though.
I
I just
mean,
have random stuff. I saw Mediocre at Best 2 is coming out soon. That's gonna be a sick one.
I think it did come out. Did it not?
Did it? I don't know. I could be behind.
Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, Bobby Canode, if I'm completely off base on this one, if he's listening. But
Yeah, I hope so.
I always liked Mediocre at Best. I thought that the first clip was one of the best clips ever filmed in BMX. That intro clip,
Wait, which one is it now?
the really long intro clip where they're all at
I don't
that one
remember now.
spot and
I just watched it the other day too.
they all keep coming in and out of frame, like it's all like
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know that is amazing, isn't it?
that was
I remember saying that too. I was like, look how smart this is.
yeah. That clip deserves a Nora Cup.
I hope they bring that back. Whoa.
The Nora Cup?
No, I hope they like. I hope in Mediocre at Best 2. I hope they one up themselves on that intro. You know.
Oh, that would be sick. That would be sick. I'd be pumped to see it. I'd be pumped to see some new shit from everybody. I'm a fan.
I'm actually happy to see like this is like the year of hard copy. It seems like all of a sudden, there was that new Fit video, um, Chocolate Truck 2 next weekend, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, what else? Road Fools 19. Yeah, there's a couple of videos that dropped. It's cool to see.
Yeah. Shout out to hard copies.
Yeah, it's a shame to see some absolute banger clips sometimes just get wasted on the internet and forgotten about.
Yeah. There should be more. There should be more done. Like I noticed that I follow a bunch of different YouTube accounts and it's not all bike stuff and sometimes I'll watch a video that has I barely even know what's going on, but I'll watch it because I'm invested in the person in the video and it's like, man, like for example, Dig posted a locals video and it's some name of some dude I never heard of from some place I never heard of and it's like, all right, cool. I bet this is dope, but I kind of I kind of feel like we should have like somebody talk to this guy like Dig, can you talk to this guy? Can you make a second video? Maybe you can get some more ad revenue. Can we try a little harder to help the people act like help help your man's out. Help your
Yeah.
man's be seen, That's all. But
No, yeah, I don't even know like where it's going for the future. Like as far as bike videos go, there's just a lot of stuff that's put on the internet and totally forgot about. Even stuff that's kind of like high profile, like the X Games Real Street videos. I've watched them, but I haven't gone back and watched them. You know what I mean? Like I would even have to like specifically look for something I'd want to see in order to go find them on that.
yeah, cuz it's kind of out of
Playing the
sight, out of mind.
Yeah, like if it's a hard copy, for some reason it's not even just doing it because I feel like I have to because I own them. But like if I'm real bored sitting in the house thinking doing something else like off the TV, I'll pop in a bike video just because
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a movie or anything like important.
Yeah,
So I
it's
still watch
nice.
bike videos. For a while I didn't because it would always like like it was when I was drinking I wouldn't watch them because then it would get like pissed off that like I'm watching riding and I'm just not riding. I'm like sitting at home drinking.
Mm, right. Well,
So like yeah, I went a few years without really watching bike videos.
damn. Well, I'm glad to see that you're on the other side of things, and it seems like things are on the way
Oh yeah,
up.
I've definitely been worse. So
Yeah, cool.
151 proof. Let's get together and film some clips, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Um, awesome. Thanks for being generous with your time, and
No, I'm
actually,
glad we finally got to do this. Thank you, man. Like
yeah,
it's cool.
yeah, man. Come on anytime. Now we figured out how to make Skype
Yeah,
work and
usually
shit.
usually I sit here talking to myself this much, so it's cool to like have a reason to be talking.
Hell yeah, and I'm stoked to share your story, and to not just be me talking to the camera. Like I'd rather talk to you, and same reason.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right, man.
Planning some shit for the future.
Definitely.
Thanks again.
No problem. Take care.
Hey.
See ya.